Hey there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another edition of Monday Night Movie. Today we're talking about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was directed by Patty Jenkins and stars Gal Gadot as Diana, an Amazon princess who lives in peace on her island until a fighter jet from World War One crash lands on her island. Inside is pilot Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine, who tells her and the rest of the Amazons about World War One. Diana, believing that this could be the work of Ares, god of war and arch nemesis to the Amazons, decides to help Steve on his journey in the hopes of stopping the war. Now, this film was released in May 30th, 2017. Critics and audiences alike loved this film, which was a big surprise since the other DCEU films weren't really well received by critics and audiences. It was more down the middle, and it did really well financially as well. It was top of the charts for 2 weeks in a row. And then Disney and Pixar released a movie, and well, we know how that usually goes. Even Wonder Woman cannot stop the invincible juggernaut that is Disney and Pixar. Well, anyway, is this film truly as spectacular as critics and audience praised? Absolutely. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. The action sequences are spectacular and really well shot, with the exception of the end, which is mainly a CGI slugfest. But I mean, I've come to expect that in films nowadays. Also, the story is really well done. It reminded me a lot in tone of the way the Christopher Reeve movies were. All of the hope and joy without any of the snide cynicism that we come to expect in modern superhero films. Also, the score is beautifully well done. If you haven't listened to the score of this film, you really need to track down a copy and listen to it. The characters are also brilliantly portrayed. Gal Gadot, when she was cast, I had some skepticism about her being Wonder Woman, but she portrays the character so well. And Chris Pine brings his usual charm to Steve Trevor. Those two together on screen are perfect and have brilliant chemistry. However, and this is the main issue of the film, the villains are cartoony and over the top. I really didn't like General Ludendorff, played by Danny Houston. I thought he was one note and didn't have a reason to do what he was doing. Dr. Poison, played by, and if I pronounce this name wrong, I apologize, Elena Anya, was better, but only slightly better in the sense that we actually understand her motivation a little bit. I really feel like they should have focused more on the Ares character and what he was doing for most of the time. Like, maybe have him be a shadowy character and build up to his reveal more, instead of what we end up getting, which, without spoiling anything, isn't the greatest reveal ever. However, that doesn't detract from the movie all that much. Again, I still feel like this is one of the best, if not the best, DCEU film. And even though there has its fair share of issues, I don't think they detract that much from the film. I still enjoy watching this movie every so often. I really do recommend it if you're a big fan of adventure movies, if you're a big fan of action movies, if you're a big fan of comic book movies. If you're not a big fan of the DCEU, I still think you should check this one out just because it's so different than the other ones I've seen. Anyway, I really enjoy this movie. I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm going to just get to my score. I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. If you have seen Wonder Woman, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Well, next time I'm going back to the Best Picture lineup and reviewing All the King's Men. I'll see you then.